In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful.
The youth in the month of Ramadan, when they're going to school, they too are challenged because they are looked at as different, possibly, right? They're not eating, the rest of the people are eating in a cafeteria or whatever the case may be. The youth may take a stance of kind of hiding their fast, which is fine because in the month of Ramadan, the fasting is for Allah. But at the same time, if you take a proactive approach and let the environment understand why, the people who you come in contact with, why it is that you're doing what you're doing, it makes it an educational opportunity for the rest of the people. I know in the city of Houston, Ramadan, the MSA in the University of Houston does something called the Fastathon. And they invite a lot of people who are not Muslim, and they basically give in charity. If one person who is not Muslim fast, the organization will give like $10 or $20 basically to a specific charity that benefits like poverty and things like that, something everybody agrees to. So you find a lot of people who are not Muslim fasting for a specific day for that fastathon. And so alhamdulillah, I've been fortunate to be a speaker there, and so they bring in a speaker, and then the speaker speaks about the benefits of Ramadan, but then we bring up people who have never even thought of fasting before and how they felt. And so we bring them up and they get to explain their situation, how they couldn't cuss and it was very tough and they never even realized that they couldn't cuss. This was interesting, right? Somebody else comes up, they said, well, I thought it was all about food, but then I realized that trying to not talk about people was the most difficult thing for me, right? And these are regular people. And so I think when the youth start looking at all that, they start seeing, wow, these people really, just for one day, pondered upon all these different details. And how many of the Muslim youth are just going through the motions and just going to school and, man, I want to eat this and that, in Ramadan. When I break my fast, man, I'm hungry, or they want to sleep in later sometimes because they're fasting. These sort of tendencies sometimes may come from specific countries, because I've lived in the Middle East, and sometimes certain people look at fasting as days when they go to sleep at Fajr and they wake up at about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, so that they don't have to necessarily go through the whole fast of the day. So some youth may have these tendencies and they don't even know where it comes from. But the youth that really understand the power of the fasting and the purpose behind it, when they indulge it, they benefit from it. Friends of theirs may begin to understand some of that, and then they can do specific events such as that fastathon or things that are creative, so that they can make something out of that time, because it is a time that all of the good deeds are increased. So they should somehow get involved, obviously be with family, spend time, eating dinner, and, family members, different people, invite people to eat, and hopefully be in the spirit of Ramadan. Because living here in America, you may be in the spirit of other holidays that are being expressed in the environment from the social culture. And you may know, maybe a Muslim may not share in a specific holiday like Halloween, but you go to CVS, Walgreens, anywhere, it's there, right? So as Muslims, if we don't shape our environment and have people feel something about Ramadan, then they don't get to share in the same diversity that we do, getting the effects of all the other holidays and so on. So if we don't do that ourselves, especially the youth with so much energy, then they will come to find out that when their children are growing up as youth, they will realize that they hope that their children fast, and they hope that they have Islam. So they have to start now consciously understanding that they have to do something now.